Hello, my name is Michael Gary. I've been a nurse for over 20 years and I'm enrolled in Nursing 890 at Eastern Kentucky University. The topic for today's video is an issue I deal with as a parent of a bipolar child: gaps in psychiatric care for the patient under age 25. Psychiatric care for people under the age of 25 is challenging because resources can be lacking as a young adult transitions from a child-adolescent mental health system to an adult mental health system. A major concern is the loss of insurance eligibility, either private or government, which can cause loss of care. This not only affects the caregiver's ability to assist the young adult, but also affects medication reimbursement. Slade reports that over a 3-year study, it was found that 85% of 18-year-old Medicaid patients had let their insurance lapse. Kessler in 2005 stated that 50% of mental disorders manifest as early as age 14 and increased to 75% by age 24. Another major concern is the loss of continuity of care as a young adult transitions from child-adolescent mental health to adult mental health. Caregivers usually specialize within a specific age group, and as the young adult ages, a new caregiver must be found. These gaps can be detrimental in the care of treatment of the young adult with mental illness. With the loss of treatment and medications, a young adult has to turn to the medical system's emergency care for care at an increased cost and strain on that system. 4 qualitative studies were researched for this topic. One study focused on insurance lapse issues as it relates to the young adult patient and how it affected further treatment of their mental illness. Slade 2014 stated that discontinuity in Medicaid coverage may impede young adults' engagement in outpatient mental health programs and the loss of psychotropic medications as they transition. Another concern stated in this report was the implementation of the Affordable Care Act and the possible disruption in service related to it. The report recommended that formal support is needed to assist the young adult with mental illness through all insurance transitions to ensure there is no loss in care. Spooner's 2012 study stated early identification and treatment of emotional disorders and risk behaviors is important as many adolescents and young adults are not eligible for insurance coverage or cannot afford the mental health services they need. Spooner recommends that primary care physicians and other healthcare professionals be trained to identify and care for adolescents and young adults with serious mental health conditions, along with mental health services should be located in schools to assist with these needs. If these needs are addressed and met at an early age, Spooner reported that behaviors could more readily be controlled and an increase in quality of life would result. The Lindgren 2013 study stated that professionals need to support the transition of the young adult from child-adolescent mental health system to the adult mental health system. Professionals should focus on transition issues by providing information and planning on an individual basis. The most important step was felt to be adjustment of the transition plan to meet the patient's specific needs, taking into account the mental illness and maturity of the individual. The Thompson 2012 study focused on homeless young adults and mental illness. The findings of this study recommended that all homeless adults be screened for psychiatric disorders and receive treatment specific to their illness. Thompson also recommended that better coordination and continuity of care is needed between child welfare, mental health, and young adult homeless services to provide and ensure that all young adults have a stable housing opportunity with employment training and placement, along with treatment of their psychiatric illness. These studies share the same conclusion that change is needed in mental health care and that professionals must make these changes, be more involved, and make adjustments in care to each individual. How does this impact nursing and where can we make a difference? Some recommendations that may best assist this transition is a creation of an age-specific outpatient mental health clinic. Through these clinics, a champion would be appointed to assist the decision-making, contacting and meeting with a new caregiver, ensuring that benefits do not lapse so that care and medications can continue. Continuity provides the most optimal outcome. Nurses can be instrumental in assisting patients in finding available resources for financial and care needs. Nurses can facilitate in order to ensure a smoother transition into the adult mental health care system. Nurses are one of the strongest patient advocates. Thank you for your time.